Well, here we are, and it's really hard to believe that it is almost the end of December, and it has been almost a whole year since we began this journey through the garden here at Mullis Farm. And it just has warmed my heart, and I want to thank everyone who has come along on this journey with me following my gardening adventures in 2021. It's been fun to show you what I've been doing. I have learned so much. I feel like I'm such a better gardener than I was just 1 year ago. My first video, I believe, was in February of 2021. And here it is, almost the end of December. And so today, I want to do something. I want to, first of all, thank you for following along. And I hope that you have learned something as I have throughout this process. But today I also want to go through and give you a tour of the garden to see where we are. So thanks for joining me today. Let's go take a tour of the garden. Well, let's walk over here to the garden and let's take a look and see what does the garden look like here near the end of December 2021. So I've added in some new raised beds. This raised bed was built from pallet wood and filled with dirt left over from the square hay bale that used to be here. And in here I've got some beets growing. They're not doing too great, but I've got a few that are coming up. And I've also got some kale growing over here. I added in an arch trellis and grew some wonderful field peas on that. And now I have some sugar snap peas that are growing. Isn't it amazing that you can grow vegetables even when it's cold, as long as you pick the right kind? And these sugar snap peas are doing fine, even though it has frozen several times this growing season, or this past couple of months. And so we're hoping to get some sugar snap peas off of those. Inside I have cabbage, lettuce, broccoli growing in these buckets. And we're inside there so I can keep them sort of safe, cordoned off from the chickens whenever they're out. Over in my tire garden, I have carrots sprouting, cabbage, lettuce, more lettuce and cabbage. I've got bok choy growing, more carrots. And I have some Swiss chard that's trying to come up. Broccoli. More broccoli. We love broccoli, so we're growing lots of broccoli. Look at there. Got a nice head coming on that broccoli. And one on that too. And I harvested some broccoli just the other day and enjoyed it. More broccoli growing here. Replanted some of my Serbian hardneck garlic and California softneck garlic, and it is sprouting, coming along nicely. Collards. More collards. Y'all stay tuned because I'm going to have a video on collards coming out on New Year's Eve. In this bed, I'm growing some Austrian winter peas, and this is, you can eat them. You can eat the leaves and you can eat the peas, but really it's more for the purposes of putting nitrogen back into the soil. This is where we had some black-eyed peas, but they are done. Over here, we've planted some plethora onions that I got from Hoss, but they look like they've all died. I'm hoping that they're going to re-sprout, but I don't know. Here also some sweet agent onions that I grew from seeds and then planted. They're doing much better. Here we have some elephant garlic that has not yet emerged. I'm hoping that it's okay and it will come. And then some more of that Serbian hardneck garlic and California softneck garlic. It's doing pretty good. Collards, broccoli. Harvested 2 heads of broccoli off of these plants. And looky there, look at that nice sized head of another broccoli that's coming along. And another head of broccoli. Hey, have you ever wondered, can you eat broccoli leaves? Would y'all like to see a video about whether or not you can eat broccoli leaves and how they taste? Stay tuned. I might be putting one out soon. One thing I didn't grow last spring that I'm growing this year is strawberries. I have a whole bed of strawberries that will be growing through the winter and hopefully will be harvested in June. So I can make lots of good things like strawberry shortcake and my favorite, strawberry jam. One of the great things about growing in the hay bale planters is that after the end of the season and everything was over, then you end up with all of this wonderful composted hay that is great for enriching soil. So what I've done here is spread those hay bales out, and I'm going to make some in-ground raised rows here. And I'm going to grow, I know I'm probably going to grow some corn back here, but I might grow some other things as well. So this one row with all of this lush green stuff, that is Kodiak brown mustard, and Austrian winter peas. So that's going to make a nice fertile row there. This other row is decomposing sweet potato vines. I'm going to put compost on top of that to make a second row. And the third row is not doing as well, but that was also some leftover hay bales and some of the clay ground. You can see these clumps of clay. Not very good soil there, but mixed with that is the decomposed hay, which is what you see here. I planted some spinach in this row, but I don't know that it's really doing any good. We got some stuff coming up here, but I think that's grass. I don't think it's even spinach, but I don't know. We'll just kind of see what happens there. I'll probably add some compost to this as well, make it a little bit better than it is. But anyway, I'll have this spot in the springtime to work with. And I know I'm going to grow some corn there. Hey, look at that broccoli. Got us a head coming in. Awesome. Now, let's walk over here and take a look at this front garden plot. This is something that I'm excited about for the coming year. Something new that I'm trying, and I think has a lot of great potential. So I'm excited about it. I really like growing the garden out here in the front yard where it gets more sun. So excited to see how this is going to turn out. and let's take a look. So here we have my very first in-ground garden plot. And I think this is about 25 feet by 45 or 50 feet. My plan for next year is to grow corn in this garden spot. And so I think that is going to turn out really good. I'm not sure yet if I'm going to grow sweet corn or field corn. I want to grow both. I have a place in the backyard that I can grow some more, and I'll probably grow sweet corn in one spot and field corn in another spot. So we'll see. I'm not sure which one I'm going to do yet. Well, you might be wondering, what is this wonderful, lush looking green stuff that's growing here? There are 3 different things growing in this spot right now. One is Kodiak brown mustard greens. That is not a food crop. It's really supposedly too spicy to eat. Although you can eat mustard greens, this particular variety is not a very good one for eating. However, it is a great one for biofumigating your soil, getting rid of nasty nematodes that will do bad things to your garden. And so that's why those are growing there. Also growing is tillage radish. That is something that you can eat, but the main purpose of tillage radish is to provide aeration for your soil, because the radishes sort of drill down into the soil and break it apart and make it nice and soft and fluffy. So we've got that growing. A third thing growing is what you saw in my raised bed in the backyard, which is Austrian winter peas. And the Austrian winter peas purpose, they take nitrogen from the air and fix it in the soil. So my plan is, in the springtime, we're going to till all this nice green stuff into the soil, and that will make a nice fertile in-ground bed to grow my corn in. So that's excited about the potential for that. I think it's going to turn out well. Now over here in these buckets, I am growing more broccoli. You know what? We eat a ton of broccoli. So that's why we're growing a ton of it. They say grow what you eat. Well, we eat a lot of broccoli, and broccoli, you only get to harvest off of it one time, basically. So that's why you got to grow a lot of it if you really want to provide for yourself. However, we've done some experimenting this year on eating broccoli leaves. And so I'm going to try some more experiments with that and maybe make a video about it. Now over here by Winston, you'll see I have a bunch of hay. You may recall from last year I used hay bales to grow part of my garden. And we're going to do that again this year because it worked really well. We learned a lot in that process also. And so I went ahead and got this hay, and I put it out here to go ahead and get rained on. And I'm going to let it begin to decompose. Just let it naturally decompose in the rain, which will be cheaper than the way I did it last year, which was sort of to jumpstart it with fertilizer and daily watering. We're just going to do it a little bit slower, but hopefully get the same results. And so look forward to that in 2022. Got some exciting things that I'm going to be doing with my hay bales. So I started this whole YouTube thing really at the beginning of 2021 because I wanted to chronicle my gardening adventures for the year 2021, and it's been a great year. However, I'm planting stuff now in 2021 that's not going to be harvested again until 2022. So in my mind, which is very technical, very black and white, and I like clear lines and boundaries. I don't like things to be fuzzy, but unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on how your perspective is, I don't know. Is this the 2021 garden or is it the 2022 garden? I guess I'm going to have to start a new adventure as we get ready to go into 2022, because this gardening stuff, I just really have loved it this year, and I'm going to continue to love it in 2022. And I've learned so much, and I have even bigger plans for 2022. I'm already starting on that, and so I'd like to invite you along on that journey as well, even as it's 2021, but I'm beginning my 2022 garden. Proverbs 18:15 says, "Intelligent people are always ready to learn. Their ears are open for knowledge." Something that my mom taught me when I was little that has really helped me throughout life. She said, you need to always keep learning. See, I was a kid, I didn't really like going to school. I was told her one day, I said, I can't wait until I'm grown up and I'm out of school and I don't ever have to go to school again. And my mama said something really wise. She said, well, honey, even after you're grown, you should never stop learning. You should try to learn at least one new thing every day. And that has really meant a lot to me. Even after I got out of school, I have always took my mom's words to heart and try to learn something new. Thankfully, I like learning. I might not have liked going to school when I was a kid, but I've grown older and learned that learning is fun and it helps you in life. It makes life interesting. And so I'm constantly trying to learn new things. And that's part of what this gardening adventure is about for me. It's learning how things work, learning how plants grow, learning how a garden works. And I've learned so much over this last year. And it's just inspired me to realize I want to continue to keep learning new skills, learning how to grow my own food, learning how to preserve my own food, learning how to be self-sufficient, but also learning how to depend upon other people, because we're not meant to be in this life all alone. We need each other. And so we have to even learn how to do that and do that well. So I'm going to continue this journey with you going into 2022 in the next year. And I want to invite you to come along and grow and learn and have fun and be the people, the very best people that we can be. So I want to invite you to come along and join me in that journey in the coming year. Thank you so much for watching today. Be sure to click the like button, subscribe to my channel, ring the bell if you'd like to continue to get notifications, and let's get out there and grow and be fruitful.